This is X-Men, my review on X-Men. Um, yeah, this movie was, you can tell by watching the movie, if you have watched it, Miss Comey, you can tell it was heavily edited. There's just some parts that looks like they're supposed to be in there, or it looks like the scene could have been dragged out longer. Uh, anyway. So the movie opens up with a narration from Patrick Stewart talking about the mutant gene and how it's the next step in human generation. Some have the mutant, others don't, and we see this child pulled away from his family, and he bends this metal door. It is obviously Magneto as a child. You know, so, Rogue kisses her, starts to make out with her boyfriend, and his boyfriend starts going all veiny and dying and stuff. And turns out Rogue explains us how he had to get rushed to the hospital when she hitches the ride on with Wolverine. After see him fight in this bar and winning the fight, and this guy tries to pick a fight him, and the claws come out, and so she finds out that he's a mutant like her, and they bond a little, and they run into Sabretooth, and the X-Men show up, Cyclops and Storm, and they get in a car accident because of Sabretooth. Wolverine flies out this window, flies out the windshield, not the windshield, the glass. He flies out the glass because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt unlike Rogue, and she finds out that he has another superpower, that he has another mutant power, healing really fast from accidents that can kill you. So it's really cool, and the CGI still does hold up. When you see him heal, the CGI on Wolverine's scalp, we can see him heal into the glass come. It still looks pretty cool, even to this day. And so Wolverine wakes up when Wolverine is being tested on by the X-Men, and finds out that his complete skeleton is made out of adamantium, just like his claws, and he has a healing factor. And so, and also, Jean is holding this delay about this whole political debate about why mutants are a danger or not. Jean's trying to convince the public that it's only some mutants, but not all. Well, Senator is trying to convince that all mutants are dangerous and they must be stopped and extinct. And Magneto's there along with Xavier's there also, and he finds out Magneto's there, his old friend, and he has to talk with him, and they disagree and saying that things and Magneto saying the things that aren't going to get better for us, so they need to die, and Xavier saying there's a peaceful way, and so Magneto takes off saying fuck the human race, and Senator Kelly, I think that's his name, he takes off in the helicopter, and one of the people that men that was working for him turns out is Mystique in disguise. And she puts him out cold, and her and Toad taking control of the helicopter, bringing them to the Brotherhood, which is the leader of the Brotherhood is, they don't call themselves the Brotherhood, and that's and not until the third one, which is the leader Magneto, and which also has Sabretooth, and Wolverine wakes up and attacks Jean Greaves, and because he freaks out and takes some clothes on, takes a sweatshirt that's not his, but fits him perfectly. Actually, it is his. This was right next to his suit that he wears later on in the film. His costume. And he runs into Xavier, and he introduces them X-Men and why they are here and what do they do at the school. They teach mutants how to control their powers, and says that Rogue is taking classes with the other students, and this was a scene improvised by Hugh Jackman, and this apparently how he got the role. He says Storm, Cyclops. What did they call you? Wheels? This is the stupidest thing I ever fucking heard. He tells Wolverine that he can help him find his memories of who he is. He doesn't do that at all in this X-Men franchise. So yeah, Xavier is a fucking liar. So the only one that seemed to have some sort of a relationship with Logan is Cyclops and, well, Rogue. I mean, this kind of relationship with Jean and a flirty relationship with Jean and relationship between Cyclops, but it seems like that, and also a relationship, some relationship between, and also with Storm, but it seems like that was edited out of the film. And in fact, we get more clear. The movie makes it more clear of what the Brotherhood's relationship is between everyone. Rogue, Mystique's cold-hearted bastard to everyone, but seems to have some sort of romantic. I guess seems to have it hint at the been in a romantic relationship together with Magneto. Her Magneto at some point has seemed to hint out they've been in a relationship together. And they're so close. Sabretooth is he's the idiot. And Toad is just weird and funny. So they use this device that turns Senator Kelly into a mutant, and Senator Kelly finds out that he's Mr. Fantastic, which she can stress through metal bars, and he escapes from the Brotherhood and ends up on the beach and sees that the public's been looking for him, and he goes to the X-Men for help, and he dies turning into water while having a heart-to-heart conversation with Storm. And the Brotherhood's plan was come up by Magneto. The Brotherhood's plan has turned every human being in the world into a mutant. That is the dumbest villain plan I have ever heard in my life. Why? Because it wouldn't work. Not everyone can have the mutant X gene. It's called X gene, the X gene, and only some certain people can have them. Not all, some. It's like half and half can have them. So it's 50-50 if I can have them. So his plan wouldn't work. But the X-Men decide to team up, and Xavier teams up. Xavier's in a coma because Mystique disguised herself as Charles Xavier, and she changed the chemical that was in the Cerebro that kind of poisoned Xavier's mind and put him into a coma. So Wolverine teams up with the X-Men, comes with the X-Men, and after having a talk with Rogue on the subway and saying this Xavier isn't such a bad guy, and I think he really seems like he really wants to help people like us, and is kidnapped by Magneto and easily beat Wolverine like a bitch. And so they take off in the X-Jet, and meet the fighting on the Statue of Liberty. Is that what it's called? In New York, and they get outsmarted by Magneto, and they all get metal bended to they get all metal bended up together, attached to inside the head of Liberty, and and this is after they took out Toad and Mystique. Oh, by the way, I remember now. Sabretooth's not in the final fight and doesn't have really a fight with Wolverine in this, because he's an idiot, and also because Magneto locked up Sabretooth, bend metal and leads to Sabretooth to rot in this cell that the Senator was in, because he blamed him that the Senator escaped. It's really not his fault at all. Okay, so Mystique tricks the X-Men thinking he's Wolverine. Wolverine gets in a fight with Mystique and scratches Mystique with his claw, and that ties in somehow into X-Men 2. I'm not kidding on that. So Wolverine wins and Mystique takes off, and Toad gets creamed by Storm, and they all team after they escape Magneto's metal bending powers with the help of teamwork, because Wolverine came up with this plan of Cyclops Lane Jean's him take off his take off his goggles, and Cyclops and pointing Cyclops goggles in this certain direction, and then let Cyclops open his eyes and fire, and then all the X-Men escape, and Woe is now up to Wolverine to save Rogue, and she has a white line now as she's being hooked up to the machine. Her chunk of her hair goes white. And she doesn't dye it all. She just leaves it because she kind of likes that look, or likes the look, the new look, the look. And you know, it's just her. It's just like the movie's way that she only looks slightly more closer to the to the Rogue from the comics. Just like the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. It has no purpose to do that other than to prove to you that this is Rogue. And it looks just like Rogue. But seriously, I actually like that this Rogue actually so Rogue Magneto's down, gets beaten by the X-Men and Wolverine. I can't know right, but anyway, he saves Rogue by almost killing him, by almost sacrificing his own life. And yeah, you know, his healing, he has a healing, the only problem is he has a healing factor, so you kind of know that he's going to be alright. It's still an emotional scene. It looks like that Wolverine is about to die. Still a little emotional scene, and him taking off his glove and touching Rogue so that Rogue can live, and willing to like risk his life for Rogue. It's still an emotional scene, but anyway, so that happens. You're all happy after Wolverine takes off, because he did that in the cartoon a lot. and that's the end of the X-Men. X-Men. Whoa. Huh? I like the movie, but it's not that great. X-Men. Yeah, it's a bit of a watered down version of the cartoon. That's how I look at it. So that's really what is like a small little mouse-sized version of the X-Men cartoon. That they made a movie out of it, and it's not bad. It's not. It's more than passable. It's good, but it's not as good as I want it to be. So that's it.